Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here tonight for another edition of the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode. It is the Dixie Vodka 400 at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Back-to-back mile-and-a-half races lead into our sixth race of the season here tonight. 5 different winners in the first 5 races of the year up to this point. We'll roll through them real quickly. Keegan Schneider won the Daytona 500. Race 2, Denny Hamlin got the win at Las Vegas. Race number 3, it was our first Penske driver going to victory lane with Joey Logano getting the win there. After Auto Club, we headed to Phoenix for the first short track race of the season, where we saw another Toyota go to victory lane of Eric Jones, and another Penske Ford goes to victory lane in the race 2 nights ago at Atlanta. That was Brad Keselowski. Will we go 6 for 6 here tonight? We'll have to wait and see. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. No practice or qualifying for tonight's race for ourselves, so starting at the back. Once again, same chassis we used at Atlanta because it is the only regular intermediate track chassis we have right now. So 83, 80, and 80 for our departments. 83 in the engine, then 80 in the aero and the suspension. We're still saving up for that short track chassis. Once we buy the short track chassis, we'll go right to upgrading the departments a lot more than what we have already. R6, DB Forever 85, Joe Mama, aka Trevor Grimes. Welcome to the stream. Hate racing at Homestead. Homestead is an awesome racetrack. One of the best mile-and-a-halves on the schedule. Kyle Busch will be starting on the pole in this one. Matt DiBenedetto will be the only driver dropping to the rear for the start of today's race, outside of Schneider, who did not qualify in practice. William Byron looks a little bit off on speed today as well. This is going to be an interesting one, to say the least. Kind of a little bit of a disappointing performance for Schneider, finishing 21st at Atlanta. Thought he could have done a lot better than that. We had a lot of cautions in that race as well. Tied for the most we've had in a single race this year of 11. Green flag is in the air. We're underway at Homestead. Kyle Busch leads the field to the green here tonight.
Stay low, stay low. Stay low, stay low.
80 laps in stage 1, 80 laps in stage 2. The final stage will be 107 laps, mile-and-a-half, 400-mile race, 267 laps, exactly the same length that we saw at Las Vegas in the second race of the year on the mile-and-a-half there.
All right,
3 mile-and-a-halves in the first 6 races. Will be 4 for 7 when we go to Texas tomorrow as well.
Stay high up there.
DiBenedetto trying to make up a lot of spots early, perhaps. Schneider feeling good on his speed. Had to lift a little extra that time through turns 1 and 2, trying to get to the inside of Brendan Gaughan. DiBenedetto, though, continuing to try and shoot through that gap. Corey LaJoie back in last place. He's been off to a very hot start this season. Remember, he won the first 2 stages of the season, both in the Daytona 500. 3x3 towards the back of the pack. Schneider underneath of Gaughan and Haley. Now drops in line behind him down the front straightaway. At least his short run speed's looking a lot better here at Homestead than what it did in the last race at Atlanta. He's actually kind of keeping up with these guys. 3 wide again off the exit of turn 2. Gaughan almost squeezed up into Haley on the outside. Meanwhile, Kyle Busch has led the first 2, making 3 laps at the line this time, assuming he holds on to the lead. Hill now sandwiched in the middle between Gaughan, and now it's Ross Chastain. Haley with another one to the top. Look at this, 3x3 at the back, all tucked under a blanket. Quinn Houff, John Hunter Nemechek, Schneider's in the mix as well. Pretty racy towards the back, the opening couple laps. High to clear Timmy Hill at least off turn 4 for Schneider. Now he shoots back down to the bottom again. Underneath John Hunter Nemechek. Kind of overdrove the center of the corner, though. Timmy Hill now fights back to the outside because of it. Extra loss of momentum that time for Schneider. We are extremely close to 900 subs indeed. Only Only getting that much closer to 1,000 right now.
Still there?
Greatly appreciate the support. You guys have been awesome with hitting that like button on this NASCAR Heat 5 career mode, especially in the Cup Series side of things right now. I don't think we've had a live stream that we got to the end of the race, so not including Montana, where we didn't even get through half the race because I DNF'd, unfortunately, but the races we got all the way to the end, I don't think we've had less than 17 likes so far, so thank you everybody for hitting that like button. Make sure you do so if you haven't already.
Still there?
A lot of racing going on at the back of the pack.
All right, you're clear there.
Thought Timmy Hill was going to be dead in the water there for a second, and now he is. Races his way back up to 35th. Schneider shot out of a cannon through 3 and 4 past 2 cars of Fincham and Chastain. He gets to the inside, and Timmy Hill in the process of it drives it deep into 1 and 2, clears Hill. He's got to clear Haley, and now he's inside of Quinn House. So this 99 car is starting to get hooked up. Meanwhile, Denny Hamlin will take the race lead away from his teammate Kyle Busch at the front of the field. The season has been majority led by Toyotas. And it doesn't matter which team in the Toyota department, with Schneider winning the 500. Mainly been Joe Gibbs racing on these mile-and-a-halfs, really intermediate tracks in general. They've dominated. Also won 2 of them with Hamlin and Jones each having a win as well. Truex came oh so close at Phoenix and Auto Club, couldn't get it done either one of those races. Kyle Busch has led a lot of laps as well, and again started on the pole for the second time this season here tonight. They're beautiful water. I'm not just gonna give you guys I said when we get to 1,000 subscribers that I will start adding mods. I feel like that's just a good number to start adding moderators to the channel. Because right now I can monitor it ourselves, or myself at least. It just gets harder when the chat starts to fill up. I mean, that's the whole point of there being moderators, to help organize the chat so that way you don't have people spamming profanities. Pretty much is like the only bad thing we really have to worry about on the channel. For the most part, you guys are pretty good. We do get a lot of people watching every now and then, especially on the live commentary side of things with the actual NASCAR races. We seem to get a lot. I'm sure we'll get a lot more when the next NASCAR game comes out, just like we did with Heat 5. We're kind of on the cycle this first like 2 or 3 months. Heat 5 was not really booming. Kyle Larson fan, welcome to the stream as well.
You got room, you're clear.
Schneider is making his way through the field. He only got as high as 17th on overall speed at Atlanta. He did lead about 20 laps in that race on pit strategy. He stayed out towards the end of stage 2. He was able to make his tires last about 16, 17 laps longer than everybody else before he ended up having to pit on the green. Not sure what the tire fall off here at Homestead is exactly going to be like. Just have to wait and see. It's not going to be anywhere near as bad as Montana or Atlanta, I'd have to see, but we'll see.
Stay at the bottom here.
Ashton G, welcome to the stream. Missed the drop of the green flag, but you were by no means late. Only lap 12 so far here tonight. I'm excited. I got tomorrow off, and then I only have to work half day Friday and leaving from work again to go to Pocono. I'll be there for the Truck Xfinity and both Cup races. Saturday and Sunday, I'll be at the track all day long. Pocono. So if you see me, say hi. Patrick Chatterley, welcome to the stream. Just got out of work. There you go. He's really able to back these corners up quite a bit. He can seemingly drive it in deep when he wants to. This is a great handling race car, at least early in the run. We'll see as the tires wear out further into the run what it's going to look like. We have had a lot of cautions in nearly every race so far this season as well. So we'll also have to see if that trend will continue here tonight.
Careful.
Headed to the
Still
outside of David Reagan. It's surprising that this car seems faster at Homestead than Atlanta, even though it's the same car. We have a little bit less in the engine department by two ticks. Dropped from an 85 to an 83. Outside of Bubba Wallace for 27. Easily going to make the pass and clear off turn 2.
All right, clear low.
Picking him up and putting him down. Going to Truck, Xfinity, and both Cup races too, yeah. Yeah, I think the Truck race Saturday starts at noon, and then 3:30 on the Cup race. 3 or 3:30, I don't know. I don't know the exact start time. I won't have to worry about it. I'll be at the track by then. I just gotta make sure I'm there before the Truck and the Xfinity race both day, and I'll know when the Cup comes around, I'll be at the track. I'll be vlogging again as usual. They got something special planned that I want to see. I can do video-wise. Got a pretty good idea, so I have quite a few videos from Pocono Raceway coming up throughout next week. Christopher Bell not off to a good start here in this one, currently back in 26th. Stenhouse and Suarez side by side for 24th, maybe holding up Bell, who's right behind him. Makes that pass on Bell outside of Suarez, swinging in between Suarez and Stenhouse. I think Schneider has to be feeling super confident about this race car early on. Got a good chance to crack the top 20. We're not even halfway through the first stage. Remember, he has not finished inside the top 10 since winning the Daytona 500. Hasn't scored any stage points in each of the last 4 races as well since the Daytona 500. So it's been tough trying to get whatever sort of points he can. If he can get any stage points today and have a good finish as well, that could be huge, especially if we get another different winner. Saw Kyle Busch lead a lot early. Hamlin, although is leading now, that could obviously change as we get later into this race. Strategies start to play out. We haven't even gotten to our first pit stop yet. Big block there towards the bottom. I believe that was Truex trying to hold off William Byron. Austin Dillon, excuse me. 3-car Dillon. And again blocks him into turns 1 and 2. Johnson to Benedetto on the outside. De Benedetto started at the back. He's trying to get himself in the top half of the field. Look how quickly Schneider pulls to the inside of Johnson. Off turn 2. He's got to run 3 wide to the inside into 3 underneath Byron and De Benedetto. Trying to get under Austin Dillon. Dillon again with a block. Schneider kind of slid in the center of the corner, and there's still 3 wide off the exit. I'd have to start that run over again.
Careful, still there.
Austin Dillon might be holding all these guys up right now. Schneider again to the bottom, 3 wide. Under Byron into Benedetto off turn 2.
Car high, careful.
Trying to side draft the 24. Now he has to pull in line behind him again. And again, swings to the bottom. Byron trying to block Schneider down to the apron. Gets really sideways. Jumps up the racetrack. Had to get out of the gas. Loses a spot to Johnson that he had gained a couple laps ago. Great car control, though, just to keep it off the wall and keep it going. in the right direction as well. Austin Dillon is really holding these guys up. That was an aggressive block by Byron. It was a clean one. Definitely aggressive though. And Schneider kept going lower, kept going lower. He got about a half a car on the apron. It was just too low. Nearly wrecked the race car. Although Schneider position-wise is moving through the field, Hamlin's still putting a lot of guys a lap down here in the opening run. Indeed, R6, indeed.
Careful, still there. Clear high, bud.
Here on Johnson, outside of Byron.
Still there. Clear low, bud.
Really playing with the throttle that time through 1 and 2. Austin Dillon all over him desperately. Schneider tries to get around him. He gets underneath him this time, so Dillon's not going to be able to block. Schneider's going to make the pass for 21st. Nice and clean. Byron again now trying to close on Dillon for position. We'll see if he can get around him this next lap. Schneider underneath Matt DiBenedetto for 20th. Briefly at least, I'll try again through 3 and 4. Matty D again goes to the top. Schneider with a slide job to the bottom, lets the car slide up the racetrack. Easily clears Matt DiBenedetto that time. Turner, welcome on into the stream. Michael McDowell in the top 20 right now. It's had kind of a rough start to the season. Few DNFs already. Trying to get a bounce back performance today. In real life earlier this season, he ended up getting a top 10 at Homestead. Finished 7th in that race. Black Ace, welcome to the stream. Any tips for driving at Kansas? If you can, you got to really stay up near the wall. The outside is the preferred lane there at Kansas. If you're in the Cup Series, as usual with the 550 tracks, the more you can stay on throttle, the better. Because if you lift, you're losing so much more momentum. So if you can get a setup to help you stay full throttle, that's great. And obviously, again, the outside is definitely the way to rip around that racetrack in these later NASCAR heat games. Schneider made his way around Reddick and Jones now this lap. Kevin Harvick has taken his first lead of the race, passing Denny Hamlin in the midst of lap traffic. Schneider continues to pull himself forward. Only 30 laps in. Not even halfway through this tire stint yet. I couldn't the outside lanes. Yeah, Kansas is like one of the few tracks in this game that it is definitely the fastest lane. Bristol, I feel like, too. Bristol, you can get away with running the bottom, but you are definitely going to use your tires up more. So if you do a longer race, you might as well run the top because lane preference is about equal. But with Kansas, for sure, of all the intermediate tracks in this game, the outside looks probably better in Kansas than any other. I'd probably say Las Vegas would be second as far as being able to run the high side. John Nemechek still moving backwards. Currently 39th.
Careful.
All 40 drivers are still on the racetrack. Still caution-free so far as well. It's actually the longest green flag run as far as laps go to start a race this season. I've gone more than 30 laps to start a race this year without a caution until right now. Maybe that's a sign of not getting as many as what we usually do here as far as what the season is concerned, at least. Everybody will have to pit at some point in this opening stage. Probably take it to about 16 to 18 laps to go on fuel for the 99 crew at least. Managing his tires pretty well into the run. The right front's right at 50% right now. Problem is, race leaders are picking them up and putting them down. They have nearly lapped inside the top 20. There's only 3.5 to 4 seconds ahead of race leader Kevin Harvick. Harvick's still closing in on him, I'd have to assume. There's about 27.5 seconds off the race lead. Almost similar to Las Vegas, or sorry, not Las Vegas, but almost similar to Phoenix, where it just seemed like they didn't expect much going into the race. They end up turning out to have a better race car than what they originally seemed like or felt like they were going to have. Especially, again, with using this chassis in the last race at Atlanta 2 races ago. Or sorry, last race at Atlanta 2 nights ago. So we ran NASCAR 05 last night. The E5 Career Mode will return again tomorrow at the Texas Motor Speedway. Our coverage is going to begin at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on that one, 500-mile race. So try to get it started a little bit earlier so we get done by about 8. Tune in for that one. And off to Pocono I go. Not in the game. Real life. In the real world.
Careful, still there. Alright, you're clear there.
Set a second behind Chris Buescher for position.
Careful, still there.
Nearly halfway through stage 1.
Top 3, use it if you need it.
One more lap for Harvick to get to the halfway point in this first stage. This is a quick race pace to start. Change of pace compared to what we're used to this season. We'll see if they can go green into green flag pit stops as well.
Alright, clear off.
That'd be ideal, that's for sure.
Careful.
Justin
Still
Haley
there.
almost kind of took
You're
Schneider's
almost
line
there.
away. He had two left side tires down on the apron in 1 and 2. He had that in 3 and 4. He got really out of shape earlier. He didn't get too out of shape there, but definitely cut the momentum down, having to lift more than what he intended on. And to shoot that gap under the 16 car.
Hold your line. Stay high.
Outside of Kurt Busch. Schneider on speed.
Careful. Still there. You got room. You're clear there.
Has just climbed himself inside the top 15. Look for 14th on Cole Custer as well. He's going to use the lap car of Joey Gase as a pick to get around on the high side. So Schneider down to 14th in this race. Keeping this impressiveness up. Dirt Tour career mode is in. Comment in the chat down below, how many of you guys are planning on getting the next NASCAR game as soon as it comes out? Out of curiosity. Caution's out for the first time here today, lap 43, just past halfway through stage 1. Tyler Reddick will get the free pass in 18th. Everybody's going to be hitting pit road. Schneider hasn't made contact with the wall or another driver so far. A good clean 43 laps for him. And again, Kevin Harvick is the race leader. Chevrolet has not gone to victory lane so far this season. The highest running Chevy is third place runner Alex Bowman. Bowman the showman having himself a good start to the night. He also has a couple DNFs this season.
Green's out, man. Let's go.
Green flag in the air. After that first caution of the day at lap 43, we have 34 laps to go in stage 1. Lost a couple spots on pit road. Off from 14th to 17th. Have to assume he's likely going to slide towards the back of the pack on this restart.
Hold your line. Got one
Shocked
inside.
if he didn't. 3 wide up inside the top 10.
Looking inside now.
The way you get the next NASCAR game is on the PS4. It will be on, I can all but guarantee it will be on the PS4. Because they're still making, I mean, they still plan on making games in general for the next couple of years yet for the PS4. Because not everybody's got it. I don't have the PS5. Like, I haven't been able to get one yet. So,
Got a car coming inside now. Keep hitting your mark.
people have like bought them and still have not yet received one.
Looking inside now.
Prepaid form still not yet received them, so you can't punish them for not making a new game.
Outside.
That they still have because they bought the new one, but they just haven't received it yet. They didn't make enough. 4 wide, off of turn 4. Johnson, Suarez, like Wallace and Benedetto up there. Excuse me, Austin Dillon. Benedetto's behind him. Wow! 95 car. Christopher Bell got really sideways. I don't know if Byron got into him in that left rear corner panel. Now he's sandwiched 3 wide with Benedetto up high as well. Martin Truex Jr., meanwhile, has taken the lead already in the 3rd. JGR Toyota to lead. While the 4th, Eric Jones is trying to battle for the free pass position on this restart. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think there's ever been a race in any NASCAR game where we've been doing the full races where we have not made contact with either another driver or the wall the entire race. I know we're still early in this one, in stage 1. I want to see if that's actually doable.
Hold your line, got one inside.
I know bump drafting shouldn't count either. Still.
Hold your line, got one inside.
Well, so much for that. That was not Schneider's fault, though. There were 3 wide, and it looked like Wallace kind of got a little tight and shoved up the track right into the 99. Allowed Tyler Reddick to take over the 17th spot. You got the 3 pass 3.
Car there on the outside.
Reddick got a little sideways then. Wanted Schneider to get back underneath and trying to side draft him down the back straightaway. Doesn't enough to stay underneath Reddick. Drives it deep into turns 3 and 4, but now he's got Joey Gase in that middle lane. Reddick trying to get the top to work, and Will and Gase is really pinching Schneider down. Reddick gets the run off the top, holding on to 17. Clears by a bunch.
Inside.
In the 99.
Final's clear.
He's going to have to go 3 wide to the top now on Bobby Punter and Bubba Wallace, it looks like.
Still there. Clear low. Nice and easy, you're 3 wide. Clear low. You got room, you're clear. Careful, still there. Careful, still there.
Carney Boy, welcome to the stream. Schneider trying to get back around Reddick, perhaps for 17th once again. Reddick to the outside, Schneider down low, trying to back the corner up. Mash the gas in the center. Will slide job off turn 4. He is clear of Tyler Reddick.
Outside. You got room, you're clear.
Got the spot back. See if he can hang on to it now.
Car high, careful there.
Again to the bottom goes Schneider, and again Reddick goes to the high side near the wall. Slideways off turn 2, just about got into the wall for the first time. Stayed the gas though and drove it out of being loose. Why is that right rear didn't even lightly graze the wall? He did keep it off the wall cleanly. Sydney Duncan, welcome to the stream.
Still there? Still there? You got room, you're clear there.
Greatly appreciate you guys coming in here tonight. We got 12 people currently watching. I know there's other streams going on right now, so greatly appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe. You guys have been awesome hitting that like button since we joined the Cup Series in the career mode, especially these longer races give you guys maybe more of a time to peek in, watch, see what's going on as it happens live with this realistic commentary we always do. You guys do not disappoint. I try not to disappoint myself. Commentary-wise, I don't. Drivability of the race car, sometimes I do. Not everybody's perfect. I guess what all that matters is the commentating's on point. We get through a clean day commentating, that's all that matters. That's the reason why we have the channel to begin with. To grow and develop my broadcasting abilities and the hopes of one day getting into the sport of NASCAR. 21 laps to go. Stage 1, Truex out in front for the first time today. He never led before the caution, but he took that lead away on the restart. He's slowly kind of driving away now. Again, that caution came out at lap 43. Darius Marine, welcome to the stream as well. The 10 likes already. Thanks for everybody.
Got one outside now.
Really appreciate it. I don't think we've had less than 17 so far through a stream of the Cup Series. Well, we've actually gotten to the end of the race. That's not counting the DNF we had at Montana. That didn't count. We still had a decent amount for not even getting halfway into that one, too. And by the way, Cardi Boy, yeah, I was at Nashville this weekend, actually. I was there in person. I saw everything. I didn't get to watch the TV broadcast because I was there in person. Vlog will be out on the channel tomorrow, by the way. I can guarantee that. I was kind of planning on Thursday anyway. Having to work these last couple days. Going back in.
Stay low. Careful, still there. You got room, you're clear there.
Awesome, Cindy, awesome.
Still there. Careful, still there. Road clear.
Oh yeah, I watched your video. Hey, thanks for that. Hopefully you checked out the post-race analysis too. All my predictions were, honestly, they were literally all spot on. The only prediction you could say I got wrong was because Chase Elliott got disqualified, so technically he was the last of the Hendrick cars. I said Bowman would be. But Bowman was outside the top 10 all day. The other guys were inside the top 10 all day. But Elliott got disqualified, so on a technicality, Elliott finished last. He was the worst finishing Hendrick driver. But yeah, I predicted Larson to win. I predicted Keselowski to struggle again, and I predicted Stenhouse to have a good run and finish in the top 10. Nailed it all. Usually I go more in depth. Well, I mean, those are usually like my predictions. But usually I'll have more drivers thrown in there, but because it wasn't a live stream edition, with qualifying being live at the racetrack earlier in the morning, I wanted to make sure I was there for it. I recorded that video at like 7:30 in the morning on the way to the racetrack. I was there all day. $15 to go, stage 1. $17th in this opening stage for Schneider. Has to be feeling really, really good compared to where they've been this season. You just can't have what happened at Fontana where he DNF'd in that one. It looked like he could have very well had a top 10 performance that day as well. He's got a little bit of work still kind of cut out for him in this race, but he's within reach. 140 cars still on the racetrack as well, so we don't know if anybody might DNF throughout this, running ahead of him at all. That could be another spot or two. Top of the simple fact that he can gain spots here before the end of this stage. He's less than 2 seconds behind Chris Buescher now for 16. He'll easily catch him. He should catch Kurt Busch for 15 if he stays green to the end as well. Busch is less than 4 seconds ahead of him in Schneider's closing. He's in 14th, won that caution wave. But assume he can get to that high in the running order. Anything else beyond that, at least for stage 1, likely not going to happen, but we'll see. Well, again, Kyle Larson fan. Eric Jones is currently in the pre-pass position, still in the 19th position on the racetrack. We'll see if they'll stay there to the end of the stage. There is a chance Truex can actually lap Tyler Reddick in 18th. Reddick is about 5 seconds behind Schneider. Schneider's already about 20.5 seconds off the leader of Truex. So that would automatically put Reddick right at about, do the math correctly here, right at about 26.5 seconds off the lead, so he's probably got about 4 or 5 seconds ahead of Truex. Still for Truex, 11 to go at the line that last time by. I thought Hamlin's car looked fast when he took the lead there for a little bit, then Harvick ran him down late in the run, and now on this restart, Harvick lost the lead to Truex. We kind of pulled away until lap traffic. Hard to tell on the track map now that the traffic is kind of blurred on whether or not he's still pulling away, maintaining that gap, maybe second on back and start to close in on him again. We just really don't know. I think Strider can catch Briscoe this next lap, or sorry, Busher rather, this next lap. Now within striking distance in turns 1 and 2, but I think he feels like he can be in 3 and 4. Well, maybe he is in 1 and 2. He's going to get to the inside of him at least. I didn't even think he could do that. Great corner by the 99. Slight bit of contact rolling off into turn 3, but he's got the spot. 2/3 of a lap behind Truex and Schneider. 8 to go in the stage, 22 seconds off the lead. He was as far back as about 29.5, nearly 30 seconds off the lead during the last run. Schneider's fastest lap, by the way, comparison-wise, he's a 33.706 in this race. The personal fastest lap ever at Homestead is a 32.049. But again, with this being the career mode, and our department's not being anywhere close to maxed out right now early in the season still. I kind of figured we were going to be running anywhere near 32 flat this week.
All right, you're clear.
You're lucky to run at 33 flat. Let alone a 32 flat.
Still there.
Ryder is just over a second behind Busch for 15th. About a 4.5 second difference between him and Custer in 14th.
Inside, clear low, clear low.
So it doesn't look like Schneider's going to be able to get stage points here in this stage either. 5 laps to go in stage 1 for Mark Truex Jr. He's trying to get his 3rd stage win of the season. Again, this is only the 6th race of the year. So trying to get that first race win. Definitely deserved it so far, that's for sure.
5 laps to go.
Oh, he's got a massive run now behind Kurt Busch. Lap car, John Hunter Nemechek going to get in the way of Busch as well. Schneider's going to clear him down the front straightaway, using the 38 as a pick. 3 to go at the line this time. Mark Truex Jr. Both our Fenway cars in the top 17. Got Buescher 17th right now, but Ryan Newman's up there in 13th. Newman's had a stellar start to the year. He's got 2 stage wins as well. Both in that Auto Club Speedway race a few races back.
still there. You're all clear up top there.
Just got passed by Custer. Lap car might have gotten in the way up there and costing Custer the position late in the stage. Still think Schneider's a little bit too far behind to get to Custer and Newman. Especially considering the stage will end when the top 10 cross the start-finish line next time by. Not this time, but next time. Final lap though for Martin Truex Jr., the race leader in stage 1. Dominant second half of the stage at least. So we'll see what that will be like going forward now that he's going to have that track position for future restarts perhaps. This is the next one to see when he wins the race off pit road during the stage break. Yeah, Schneider's definitely not going to be able to catch Newman and Custer. Custer does clear Newman back to turns 1 and 2 that time to 13th. That green, white checker flag's already waved. Martin Truex Jr. is the stage 1 winner here at Homestead. Again, his third stage win of the season. Schneider, 15th in stage 1. Not any stage points again, but that is a very big confidence booster. This team can have a good run today. And I know they're the Daytona 500 champions, but again, they are in underfunded equipment to say the least still, considering he has not had another top 20 since the Daytona 500 victory in his debut. We'll be seeing pit stops. Tyler Reddick will get the free pass again during the stage break. We mentioned Truex just picked up his third stage win of the season. Martin Truex Jr. comes into this race second in the point standings, only behind his teammate Denny Hamlin as well. No adjustments for the 99 crew here. 4 fresh tires and a full tank of fuel coming. That's going to be in there. 10 likes already.
Coming to the green.
It's for everybody hitting that like button.
Ready.
Green flag in the air, stage 2 underway. Denny Hamlin won the race off the pit road.
Inside.
Trying to watch just one spot pits that time as well.
Careful, still there.
Push out.
Inside. You got
So
room.
Reddick got the free pass as we started back to back.
Got one peeking inside. Clear low.
Alex Bowman trying to challenge for his first lead of the night. I think he's got a very good chance to get there.
Inside. Looking inside now.
Benedetto had a little bit of right front damage. He passed by in that middle lane right there as well. Joey Logano trying to challenge for the lead on Bowman on the restart.
Hold your line. Got one.
Hamlin up the middle now, trying to go 3 wide for the lead up turn 4. Kyle Busch hanging on that left rear quarter panel of Hamlin as well.
Got a car low now.
Everybody in the middle of the pack is currently rocketing around that 99 car. Logano to the lead, 3 wide still is Hamlin in the middle though now for second. As Kyle Busch has gotten to his inside.
Got one down low now. Got one outside now. Got a car low now. You're all clear up top there.
Bobby Carter tucking down to the inside.
Car there on the outside. All clear.
Got around him too. Kyle Busch back to the lead for the first time since leading the opening laps today after qualifying on the pole.
Careful. You got
So the lead early in stage 2. Another driver. Again, those 3 Joe Gibbs Toyotas of Hamlin, Truex, and Kyle Busch have been so dominant this year. And even though Jones hasn't been dominant, he still won a race at Phoenix this season as well. Contact between the 16 and the 99.
Looking inside now.
Rocky Schneider a little sideways. This is a bit more ground. Not sure exactly what the strategy is going to be for Schneider going forward. It's the problem with the 400-mile races is all the stage lengths are pretty equal in length. So it's really, really hard to go off strategy knowing everybody has to pit once and only once in the stage. Not like other racetracks, 500-mile races, it's borderline 1 or 2. It's 2 depending on, like Atlanta, for instance, was 2 to 3 because of the tire wear.
Stay on the bottom.
Let's see. I'm sure is going to continue to change. Chase Elliott now out in front for the first time today, taking the lead away from Kyle Busch. 3 wide at the back of the pack. Reddick, Schneider for position, trying to split the lap car. Ross Chastain in the 77 for Spire Motorsports.
Clear high, clear high. Car on the outside now.
Slides up the track, but Reddick is there. Reddick gets that pull down straightaway. Off the banking.
Inside. You got room. You're clear.
Really cut the middle of that corner that time, and this time he'll slide up and clear Reddick. He gets sideways off turn 2. Saves the race car. Down to the bottom, we stay green. Schneider drove right out of it. He did have to lift quite a bit. That's why Reddick got back around him, but that's the first time we've seen that 99 car get out of shape like that all day long. But a great save off turn 2 nonetheless. After a slide job that was actually completed on Reddick and he never touched the wall, the car just slipped out from underneath him.
Careful, still there.
Just kind of adds on to how touchy these race cars, can still be under this package. These teams, these drivers trying to push every last bit to its limit still, as the teams and drivers do best.
Still there? All right, you're clear.
It didn't really seem like he overran the exit of the corner trying to clear Reddick either. He just kind of slid up nice like he planned on doing. The car seemed like it handled fine. Then right off the transition from the banking to the flatter pavement down the back straightaways where the car got light, got really loose on the outside. Again, he never hit anybody, never hit the wall, just kind of drove right out of it. I wouldn't say drove right out of it necessarily. He steered his way out of it. He wasn't on the throttle. He got out of the gas as soon as that thing pitched sideways. Worst spot to lift to kill your straightaway speed will kill the momentum, especially for 550 package when you're on the throttle more often than not, even in the center of the corner. Schneider's been really backing his corners up so he can at least keep them in corner speed somewhat.
All clear.
Not at full by any means, but as close to full as he can get without the car really stepping out and getting super sideways.
Got a car high now.
Just like stage 1, everybody will have to make one pit stop at some point in time in the stage. The pit window is about 62 to 66 laps.
Clear high, clear high.
Fuel window at least. Only one caution per incident up to this point today. And we're nearly 100 laps complete.
Car there on the inside.
Came out at lap 43 in stage 1. Truex is pulling away on this restart. In fact, he actually just got to me a couple laps ago. A couple other drivers led since the restart with Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Chase Elliott. Now Truex once again. Denny Hamlin even led the first 2 laps on the restart. And winning the race off pit road. William Jones, welcome to the stream. Hey, let's do an online lobby Saturday. I can't do one this week. I'm going to Pocono this weekend, so Saturday's a huge no-go for me because I'll be at the racetrack. We're running Cup Series Saturday and Sunday this week, so I likely won't even be streaming.
Still there?
I always try when I say I'll try, and I really do, but I'm just so busy when I'm on the road that, you know, I get back to the hotel, you know, at night, and I don't really think about streaming. I just eat and go to just crash, you know, like get as much sleep as I can for the next day. And then the next day, knowing that I will eventually have to go to work, so I don't want to be like super tired when I call myself out of bed into work that next morning after I get home from whatever race I'm going to. Going to Pocono also. How are you going to be How are you going to be on the online lobby on Saturday if you were at the racetrack? Congratulations, though. Should be a fun time. You going for both days too? Yeah, I'll be there all day Saturday and all day Sunday. Half day at work on Friday and then leaving at noon.
Still there.
Well, a little over half day. It's 6 out of 10 hours.
Careful.
10 hours
Still
shifts.
there. Still there.
Not past his position on Austin Dillon and Christopher Bell there, but passes nonetheless. Still Schneider's being recorded in 17. Matt DiBenedetto, the first driver lap down. Kevin Harvick back out in front, taking the lead again away from Truex. Second time Harvick has led here tonight, first time in stage 2. Not as many lead changes as we saw 2 nights ago at Atlanta, I'll say that much. We had well over a dozen different leaders in that race. We have had a fair amount for it only being midway through stage 2 right now, but still. Oh, your birthday's on Sunday. Well, happy early birthday, Michael.
Careful.
Enjoy your weekend. You going to Pocono this weekend too? I know you're from Pennsylvania.
Careful. Still there. You got room. You're clear there.
I don't know exactly what Blaney... I know what Blaney shirt I'll be wearing Saturday. I don't know about Sunday, though. I'll let you guys know during the stream tomorrow so you guys can look out for me this weekend. You see, tall guy with a beard, a mullet, wearing a bunch of Blaney stuff. It's likely me, especially if I've got my camera out. I'm likely vlogging this one. I would say it wouldn't be too hard to find, but considering there's probably going to be a lot of people there again, I'm sure it would have been hard for anybody that went to Nashville last week with the 8 sold out. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack.
Car high. Careful.
What was that on SpongeBob? The hay and the needle stack? I don't know why that just popped in my head when I said that. Does anybody else know about that episode? Remember that episode of SpongeBob? The hay and the needle stack? like William Byron's on pit road with an issue. I believe it was Byron. I could be wrong, but we'll know for sure during the stage break or the next caution, whatever comes first. Prediction is Larson this week. He is on the pole for Saturday's race. And then remember, Sunday's starting lineup is going to be an inversion like they did last year for the doubleheader, where you have the first race as it is, you know, right here, random draw because there's no practice qualifying. But then the second race, they're inverting the top 20. So if you finish first, you'll start 20th place. You'll start first for Sunday's race. Can't go to Pocono. Jeez. Reading the chat, I was down on the apron down the back straightaway. At least I noticed it. I was able to still hit the marks in the next corner. Go. And it's work this Saturday and Sunday. Well, he could pull an all-nighter. I know, he probably sleeps during the day because he works in that shit. It was a joke. Don't take it seriously. I couldn't imagine that. Like, that's like me like going to the racetrack and then having to work Monday instead of like Tuesdays. Say my weekends were Saturday, Sunday instead of Sunday, Monday, and I would have to be back to work Monday, so I'd go to the race and then I'd literally drive all night straight to work for the next morning. That'd be terrible. I think I'll be fine for like the morning, but once it gets like later into the day, once you get past the lunch and stuff, I'd be dragged, man. I'd go home and go straight to bed, and then I'd wake up and have to go right back to work again the next day because I'd sleep so much. 30 laps into stage 2. All under green. Schneider got around Chris Buescher that last lap to get back to 16th again. He's been as high as 14th in today's race.
Still there? You got room, you're clear there.
We're going to alternate through the different camera angles for about the next dozen laps. First time today we'll do so.
Yellow's out, back her down.
And right as we do so, caution will wave. Race leader Kevin Harvick's going to pit. And then it looks like 2nd through 11th is all going to stay out here, and everybody else outside the top 10 that's on the lead lap is going to pit as well. 4 tires topping off on fuel. They can make it to the end of the stage. So I'm actually kind of surprised that not everybody is pitting here. Free pass will go to Matt DiBenedetto. Our second caution for incident here in this one. So we're going to have about 9 drivers stay out of the pits. Very interested in why they stayed out. Again, they can make it on fuel to the end. So if we go green to the end of the stage, those guys are going to have to pit in about 35 laps or so. And then everybody else can make it. They'll finish a lap down.
Drive safe, be smart, keep your head on straight. Are you ready now? Hammer down, green.
I don't think age has much to do with it there, Michael. I'm pulling all night because I'm only 21 years old and I can guarantee I can't believe it. Not on a day I have to work at least. Like if I know I have off the following day and I can sleep, I probably could do it.
You got room, you're clear there.
I still wouldn't even want to do it. Top 9 on older tires. See how it's going to work. A lot of the lap cars might have stayed out as well. They're quickly fading. Truex out in front for now. 3 and nearly 4 wide on turn 4. Reddick got sideways. Chris Buescher up on the outside trying to make room for himself. He is gaining headway up there too. Big stack up on turn 2.
Stay high up there.
Sarah got sideways into Kurt Busch in the process of it.
Stay high, stay high.
Big run now on Tyler Reddick.
Got a car high now.
And Boyer. Here comes
Inside.
the 20 of Eric Jones. Reddick got shot out of the cannon. He hit a different gear off turn 4.
Got one inside.
Oh my goodness. Elliott sideways in the corner. Nice looking Hooters paint scheme. Love that orange and black
Still
color.
there.
Gives me Halloween vibes.
Got one peeking inside. Road clear. Still there inside.
Jimmy 4 wide. Makes the moves as he gets around Jones. They're battling for the free pass position right now.
Clear low, bud. Stay low.
Yeah, Alvarola really cut off the 99 as well right there.
Outside, outside. Hold your line. Got one outside. Inside. All right, clear low.
And they might have raced back in like the 50s and 60s when they used to race like multiple times a week every week. They probably ran out of Friday at some point.
Still there. Outside.
In my reckoning of NASCAR, they have not. They ran almost every day of the week last year, though. They ran Wednesday. They got. I know the Martinsville race was supposed to be on a Wednesday. Got rained on Thursday. They raced Friday, or they raced Saturday, Sunday because of some doubleheaders. I know they raced a Monday. What race was that? They got rained out Sunday, and then they were racing Monday. It was Talladega. Yeah, it was Talladega, the sprint Talladega. So they raced Monday. You could technically say they raced Tuesday in that Texas race in the fall when it rained for like 3 days in a row. Because they did start on Sunday and ended Wednesday. So out of technicality, they were racing Tuesday, but the cars weren't actually on the track that Tuesday. Hooters is your sponsor for truck series. There you go. Hooters has always had some nice paint schemes there. It honestly doesn't matter. I like the orange and black the best, but even like the old-fashioned white and orange gives that like 80s feel to it. 80s, 90s feel to it. Matt Kenseth currently leads this race for the first time today. He was the first driver that pitted for 4 fresh tires here in that last caution. That is working their way to the front.
Stay low, stay low.
Gets around Kyle Busch for a race high 12th spot now for the 99 team.
Inside.
Busch maybe going to try a crossover up turn 4 and get back to the inside. He's there.
Careful, still there.
He really gets the car to drive better on those fresher tires though in the center. Rolls it clear again on turn 2. No crossover this time for Busch. The only days I can think of at the Cup Series, the only day that they didn't race on at all last year was Friday. That's because of COVID. We haven't advanced the schedule to get all the races. We know what happened, obviously. Well, caution's going to wait for the 3rd time down today. And the 2nd time in about a 20-lap stretch. So our shortest green flag run of the race was right there. You just saw it in the blink of an eye. And everybody who did not pit during that last caution will pit now so they can make it to the end on fuel and tires for this race, I'd have to imagine. Schneider, he's going to top off on fuel as well. He's going to pit for 4 fresh Goodyears. Why not? The same strategy as some of these other leaders. Can't blame him there.
Coming to the green. Are you ready?
Green flag back in the air here at Homestead.
Inside.
Free pass went to Jimmy Johnson.
Hold your line, got one inside.
Kevin Harder leads the field to the green. These lap cars didn't take off again. They had that slower rolling start the last restart as well. That Mark Trix Jr. all the way up on the outside trying to make up some ground on these 10 lap pressure tires. Compared to everybody that stayed out ahead of him, he's got 10 lap pressure tires.
Still there.
Ryan Blaney up to second place. Race high for him as well.
Still there.
And underneath Reddick off turn 4 for position.
Stay low.
Jones behind him in the free pass position.
Hold your line, got one inside.
Battling Michael McDowell right now for that spot.
Inside.
Desperately wants to get around McDowell. Don't squeeze by. McDowell could not.
Careful, still there.
The side draft and chase a tad bit there down the back straightaway. Contact with the back of Kurt Busch. He's kind of shot Busch even further out ahead of him. Didn't hurt the one car. It actually might have helped him. Definitely hurt the 99 though, that's for sure.
Got a car low now.
Wasn't a hard hit, but every little tap slows his cars up so much.
Careful, still there.
Nowhere to really go there.
Got one peeking outside. Top 3, use it if you need it. Inside. Top 3, use it if you need it.
Up the middle.
Outside.
3 wide. That was a
Got
tight
one
gap.
peeking outside.
Still in the thick of it. Kurt Busch in front of him. Schneider pushes him down the front straightaway.
3 wide now.
Maybe going to try to launch him into 1 and 2. Look at the 99 shoot the gap.
All right.
Making moves. Desperation moves. Side drafts Kurt Busch down the back straightaway now.
Still there.
Thought they were going to go 4 wide into turn 3 for a second, but they are still 3 wide further back. Diamond Jeff, welcome to the stream.
Hold your line, got one inside.
And again, Busch Schneider side by side. As they side draft each other up high, it's Bell down to the bottom. To make it 3 wide, Schneider just made a big mistake. First time he tagged the wall all day long. He was midway
3 wide.
down the front straightaway. That really messed his entry up into turn 1. And now at the front, Denny Hamlin is taking his 3rd lead of the race.
Still there. Outside. Still there, inside. Hold your line, driver. Got one outside now.
28th place of Wallace is making some moves.
Still there. Still there, inside. Final's clear. All right, you're clear then.
Well, we tried to alternate through the different camera angles earlier, so we'll try to do that now for the next couple laps. As soon as we change it in, literally in the first turn after doing it, we got a caution. So try it again here and hope for no interruptions this time. stay green.
Stay on the bottom. Going high, careful there.
The wall's definitely starting to lift Schneider up a little bit. Chase Elliott to maybe get another run, but Elliott's got nowhere to go on the outside with Wallace in front of him now. Wallace is multiple laps down, not even battling for the free pass position.
Stay on the bottom.
He's getting in these guys' way right now.
Got one outside.
They're trying to side draft him and then send it into 1 and 2.
Car outside, hold the line. You're all clear.
Yeah, no clear on this side. Easily. Tries to run down Cole Custer and Ryan Newman for position up ahead.
Got one down low now. Low clear. Hold your line, got one inside.
Elliott down low.
You're clear all around, man.
And that took Schneider's line away. He couldn't get to the bottom like he wanted to. And Elliott's going to make the pass, and he's also going to get underneath Cole Custer off the exit of turn 4 for position as well. Elliott trying to get that 2-for-1 special. Oh, your brother's Oni. There you go. Awesome.
Car outside, hold the line.
Hey, welcome on in. Thanks for tuning in. Chatting along as well.
You're all clear.
Tanner completes the pass on Custer. I really like that Jacobs manufacturing paint scheme on the 41 car here for this race. I think that color blue really pops out. Well, I don't know him personally, no.
Careful.
I know of him because of him being in the chat before.
Stay high up there.
We're trying to side draft Christopher Bell.
Still there. Careful, still there.
Schneider got loose off 4. Trying to stay in the gas and again trying to side draft Bell.
Careful, still there.
Really just send it in the center of the corner, back in corner entry.
You're clear there.
Off as much as he can. Now he bounces into the wall. He's got a little damage on the right front. After that contact.
Careful, still there.
Now we'll try to get to the inside of Bell, see if that works out to be a little better for him.
Alright.
Cleared the rest out easily. What he needed to do, he just couldn't do it. Jimmy Johnson trying to come back. Slowly getting better as this race goes on, as he's battled his way up to 16th, it looks like, on Cole Custer. He's right behind Matt Benedetto for position as well. Remember, Johnson got the free pass during that last caution. I believe he pitted to take fresher tires as well. I just wondered, does Schneider have a shot at stage points here in stage 2 at all? They got to be thinking it is a possibility.
Still there. Still there.
like to know how Rick Ware got so many charters.
Inside,
I think that once I clear the 34. After McDowell started the battle. Now for position, Schneider throws the block off the exit quarter, trying to keep McDowell behind him as much as he can. 16 laps to go in stage 2. He just made a pass on Ryan Blaney for 10th. Up ahead for that final stage win, or at least for now, the final spot to get at least one stage one. He's only a couple seconds behind it. The point matters. You have to look like a case possibility that we can see more winners, different winners in the next coming races. This one being one of the obvious ones. Where would have bought the BK Racing cars would have received 2 charters, and when Roush downsized as well. I'm trying to think when the charter system came into play. Was it 2014 or 2013? It was either one of the... No, it might have been 2015, actually. I think it was the same year they started making, like, the race lanes private. So Schneider got really loose on turn 2 there. He did it at the very beginning of the stage as well, and hung on to it just the same way he did there. Lifting and steering out of it. Back to the RoboCam, at least to the end of the second stage now for the final 13 laps here. That's very well positive, actually. But the only thing I'm thinking, though, is I don't know when BK Racing's final year was. 2015 would have been when the charter system came in. I don't know when Rick Ware Racing started either, though. Yeah, I don't know what year was the first year they started running cars. And Roush has downsized from 4 cars to 2, but I don't know if the charter system. I think they only had 3 cars when the charter system came into play. I'm thinking correctly. They would have had the 6 to 16. Would have been Biffle.
Alright, clear outside.
Would have been Biffle, Stenhouse, and Bain, if I'm not mistaken. Because when Carl Edwards left Roush, they didn't even replace him. They just left the spot empty and naked. That's when they downsized from 4 cars to 3. That would have been in after 2013, going into 2014 for the downside, which could make sense if the charter system started in 2014, but I think it started 2015. It started 2016. I think it was somewhere in there.
And we go.
It was an odd year they started it, because they didn't start it right when the next gen car, or well, Gen 6 cars came out. He's gotten his way up to 12th. Tied for race high position. Got 9 more laps to try and run down Ryan Blaney and Chase Elliott. Blaney's got a lap car in his way currently that can help Schneider get to him. I don't know if Schneider's going to be able to get to Elliott in 10th. Don't think there's enough laps left. Also don't think he's really any faster than Elliott. They seem pretty equal. Elliott's caught behind the lap car right now. I guess if he stays caught behind the lap car until the end of the stage, Schneider might get there, but even then, still no guarantees. No guarantees he will get the Blaney either, I'm just assuming. Although Blaney's only a second behind Elliott now. Now the traffic side by side in front of Elliott. Chase goes 3 wide to the outside of Corey LaJoy and Ricky Stenhouse to make the pass. Now Blaney's having to deal with that side by side lap traffic in front of him.
Stay on the bottom here. All clear. Careful. Still there. You got room.
Still
You're clear.
2 seconds behind Elliott. Closed that gap when Elliott was in that heavy lap traffic. Schneider seems to be getting through the lap traffic a lot easier.
Stay on the bottom.
Right as I say that, he goes 3 wide. Underneath Eric Jones and Brendan Gaughan to clear them both. 3 and 4, and now he's only about 3 or 4 car lengths behind Blaney down the front straightaway for 11.
5 to go. You got this.
5 more laps to try and get a top 10. Not sure who or where the next spot is for position ahead of Elliott. Never mind. 9th place is Eric Jones.
Stay outside now.
6 seconds ahead, so Schneider's definitely not catching in.
Careful.
Trying to get around Blaney right now. Drives it deep into turns 3 and 4. Blaney might try a little bit of a crossover. Didn't beat Schneider back to the gas enough there to get it. Schneider's kind of blocking down the front straightaway and hanging on in front of the 12 of Blaney.
Got one peeking in.
Blaney drives it in deep, trying to take the line away to the 99 as much as he can.
Still there. You got room. You're clear.
Second and a half behind Elliott, but only 3 more laps to get him. Stage will end when Elliott hits the line on that final lap, as long as we don't get a caution before then, obviously. 2 laps left for Denny Hamlin. Hamlin trying to get his first stage win of the season. He does have 1 race win on the year, but he's looking for the first stage win.
You got room. You're clear there. I need 2 more solid laps, bud. Keep it going.
Final lap now for Hamlin. Stage 2. That'd be frustrating for Schneider that he is closing on Chase Elliott, just not quick enough. He's actually close on Alvarola too. Not enough laps left to get by either one of them.
Alright, let's go. White flag.
SLA makes a huge mistake. Well, he got caught behind a lap car in 1 and 2. Timmy Hill got in his way. He was about a second off the lead, but still only 1 more corner to go. Green and white checker flag is already in the air. Denny Hamlin has won stage number 2. Hamlin's first stage win in the season.
Still there.
All the way back to 10th. Chase Elliott will get the final stage point.
Points that stage.
And now 5 straight races, Schneider has not gotten a single stage point. Tough. Came close today, though, 15th and 11th in both stages. Jimmy Johnson in 15th will get the free pass at the end of stage 2. So he'll get to restart back on the lead lap. Everybody's going to top off on fuel and pit for tires. Southern Rebel 34, welcome to the stream. Charter system was approved February 9th, 2016 started the 2017 season. So right when the stages became a thing in NASCAR, then 2017. Gotcha.
Coming to the green, driver.
Well, no adjustments for the 99 car. It feels comfortable.
Inside.
He's definitely been on edge a couple times today, but for the most part, he's had a very clean race.
Still there.
Final stage is underway here at Homestead.
Inside. Got one down low now. Still there.
Two drivers out of the race. It looks like on the front straightaway it's going to rain every time we go to Homestead.
Car there on the
In the
inside.
Cup Series. It doesn't do that in the Xfinity and the trucks, but in the Cup Series, for whatever reason, on NASCAR Heat 5, it always looks like it's going to rain. Like the track lights on in the dusk, for whatever reason.
Car on the outside now. You got room, you're clear there.
Oh, okay. Welcome to the stream, Ryan.
Got one peeking outside. You got room, you're clear there. Got a car coming inside now. Hold your line, got one inside. Car outside, hold the line. You're all clear up top there.
Again, Schneider just trying to survive another restart.
Got a car coming inside now. Car high, careful there. Got a car coming inside now. Clear high, bud. Free wide there.
Three wide middle now between Jones and Suarez. Three different Toyotas for three different teams all racing with each other. Even Bell's right there in front for another team with Toyota as well.
Looking inside now. You
Whoa,
got room, you're
nice.
clear there.
Only Schneider's on the lead lap with those guys.
Looking inside now.
Down into Bubba Walsh on entry
one
into
up top.
Toyota 1.
Inside. Clear low. Got one peeking inside. Careful, still there.
100 laps to go here tonight at Homestead. Hamlin out in
Careful,
front.
still there.
One stage 2. Nearly one stage 1. He's had a very fast
You got room, you're clear there.
pit crew here in this one. Seems like he wins the race off pit road more often than not as well, whether he goes into the pits as the leader or not. He tends to come out with it.
Looking inside now. You got room, you're clear.
Bobby Carter almost rammed into the back of Schneider on entry into turn
Hold the
1.
line.
Still a 2 or 3 wide mess just outside the top 10 up ahead as well. Most of them are lap cars outside the top 20 though.
Still there. You got room,
Anyways,
you're
position
clear.
in that scramble. Back Kenseth is the next driver for position ahead of Schneider, and he's still about 5 seconds ahead of him.
Clear high, clear high.
Pulling the 99 for right now at least. Again, everybody will have to pit in the final stage at some point in time. It should be just a one-stop stage unless we get some cautions. Bobby Carter's not Cup Series. He's a generated driver in the NASCAR Heat 5 video game.
Still there inside.
Not an actual driver by any means. We aren't either road racing in the career mode.
Stay at the bottom here.
Talking in third person as
Hold your
well,
line,
so
got one outside.
gotta play along with it still with Bobby Carter.
Still there. Got one peeking inside. Final clear.
Johnson right behind Schneider, 4th position. Stenhouse just side drafted Schneider down this front straightaway, giving Jimmy a little bit of a
Got one
run.
peeking inside.
A corner entry into turn 1. And trying to get to the outside of Wallace, so for now, we'll see if he continue the run going forward. Jimmy Johnson looking down low, 3 wide.
Still there.
And that got tight. Johnson to 14th.
Still there.
Yeah, great restart, even from the rear after getting the free pass.
Still there.
Seems like as sky gets a little bit darker, Johnson's car started to come in more and more and more. Remember, he was running right around 26 midway through stage 1 before we had that first caution. He slowly keeps chipping his way forward. He's up to 14th. Maybe he'll have a shot at a top 10 at the end of the race.
Stay high, stay high. Car outside. All right, clear outside. Road clear. Got one peeking inside. Still there. Clear low, bud.
It's true, MWR had 3 cars. Sold 13 cars. Yeah, we already mentioned BK Racing was in there.
Careful, still there.
I was gonna say Go Fast Racing, but they just folded
Careful, still there.
after last season. So that wouldn't work. Tommy Baldwin. Is Tommy Baldwin racing full time? I know he was racing into the early to mid 2010s. I don't know if they were full time and had a charter though. They probably didn't have a charter. Caution is out for the 4th time today with 93 laps to go. Some split strategies going on once again. Cole Custer will get the free pass now in 16th. We're going to have some drivers pitting and some drivers staying out on the lead lap. Still no adjustments to the 99 car. Yeah, it's only in the career mode that it turns to night for some reason. I don't know why the championship mode doesn't. Or why it doesn't in the career mode, but for some reason the championship mode is normal. But yeah, I have noticed that too.
We're going green.
And it's only in the Cup Series.
Green's out, let's go.
Cup Series
Got one
portion
peeking
of the
inside.
career mode. Well, again, Hamlin restarts from the lead, but this time he didn't pit. Top 6 stayed out. Green flag back in the air here at Homestead.
Still there. Car there on the
They're
inside.
trying to side drive Jimmy Johnson. Got a little squirrely though. Hitting the gas, but
Hold your line.
broke
got
a
one
little bit of
inside.
momentum. Johnson and Boyer to help clear.
Still there. Looking inside now.
4 wide off of turn 4.
Hold your line. Got one inside.
Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr. in the mix. Ryan Newman up there. Looks like Logano as well.
Inside. All clear. Got a car high now.
You got these guys on about 15 lap pressure tires trying to make their way through.
Inside.
They came down into the 96 that time.
Inside. Got a car high now. All right, you're clear there.
And all that lost momentum.
Outside.
Almost got into the 34, who was on the outside with a hard charge.
Inside. Clear low there. Here we go now, 3 wide. Car there on the inside. Careful, still there. Hold your line, got one inside. Inside.
Hey, he told me Kyle Larson instead of fake. I'm fake though. Kyle Larson, welcome to the stream.
Car high, careful there. Car high, careful.
Very rarely having to hit the brakes tonight. He did that time to keep it off the Chastain as he just continues to go backwards and mashing the brakes. Not mashing them, but enough to slow the car down. You don't want to even get out of the gas if 550 back. You don't want to get on the brakes. That kills your momentum even more.
Still there?
He's only in 16th position, so he hasn't fallen too far back. Chase Elliott is back out in front for the second time today.
Stay low.
Don't know who is underneath Austin Hill and 3 wide off turn 4, but he about forced him below the apron. Look how tight they are, 3 wide. No, McDowell's on the outside. I can't tell who is on the bottom underneath there. Might have been out in the wall, but I'm not entirely sure. Someone got screwed.
Still there? All clear.
Chase Elliott trying to go for his first win of the season. Oh, we got trouble. Turn 1. Car around. Hard into the outside wall. Collecting another. Eric Jones. Ross Chastain piles into the back. He went spinning on entry into turn 1, and when he spun up the track, he collected somebody else. It looked like he collected Bubba Wallace. And then Chastain further back piled in as well. Surprised there weren't more cars involved. They were still going 3x3 up there when that accident happened. Our 5th caution of the race now, and our 2nd of the final stage already. And we're going to be seeing some more pit stops. Everybody that just pitted during that last caution will stay out. Kurt Busch gets free pass in 17th. The only driver who pitted the last caution pitting again will be Schneider back in 16th.
Alright now, be smart out there. Going green. Be ready. Green's out, man. Let's go. Hold your line.
Elliott leads the field to the green. 80 laps to go at Homestead.
Got a car low now.
Again, Schneider on the outside. Wanted to get to the bottom in front of Suarez. Couldn't do it. Suarez now going to try to side drift. It's going to slow the 99 down. The gap between the 96 and 99. Over 18 and 4 and 1. Clear down the back straightaway. Pull down the block. Back up high now to try and block Tyler Reddick as well.
Inside.
Yano got loose in the middle.
Inside.
That was a power move by Reddick up the middle.
Alright, you're clear there. Got one down low now.
He's currently the first driver 1 lap down, and he's trying to keep it that way. He's racing Suarez 4th.
Hold your line, got one inside.
High side broadcasting
Got a
over
car
the
high
stream
now.
as well. See it in the chat right there. Sorry for that.
Wow, that's bad. Still there. Careful, still there. Car high, careful there. Clear all around.
Jackson Thomas, welcome for thanks for stopping on live, popping into the chat as well.
Got one up top. Got a car low now. Outside.
Oh, they got tight. Johnson with a block on Schneider as he battles in for position on turn 2.
Got a car coming in.
It's already 3 wide middle. Look at Kurt Busch sending it into the middle with a little contact. That late dive really took the 99's line away. Schneider didn't know they were 3 wide.
Alright, clear outside.
Schneider Got himself knocked out of the way there, and Busch stayed in the gas, keeps it going, and continues to gain ground. Now Bobby Carter up the middle.
Car there on the inside.
Squeezed into a hole that definitely wasn't there that time. He moves the 99 up the track.
Looking inside now.
And again, Schneider losing track position in the final stage. He was getting shoved out of the way a
Car
lot.
there on the outside. All right.
And that Atlanta race late as well, and you're seeing the same thing here at Homestead. He just continues to be pushed around. Lap cars and lap cars doesn't matter.
Hold your line, got one inside. Inside. You're all clear up top there. Hold your line there. Got a car low now. Hold your line there. Clear down low. Still there?
13 likes on the stream right now. Thanks for everybody hitting that like button. We'll try to get to 15 once again here tonight as the goal. We're 2 away. So make sure you like and make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. As far as the race action in this one goes, in case you've missed any of it, Denny Hamlin currently the race leader with just north of 70 laps to go here at Homestead Miami Speedway for the Dixie Vodka 400. Mark Church Jr. won his 3rd stage of the season, winning stage 1, and Hamlin coming off the stage 2 win, and now leading here in this final stage as well.
Still there.
Our driver here, Keegan Schneider, the rookie, about 10 seconds off the lead in 16th. In this latest restart, damaged the front bumper after all those stack-ups. And ended up making the race car a little too tight on entry to the corner, so we'll see how he can drive it for now. They've had 5 cautions per incident today, but 2 of them already in the final stage. These guys will still have to pit one more time before the finish as well.
You got room, you're clear.
This lap at Homestead was 31.119. There you go. Yeah, we're not going to be running that fast with the career mode. We only have an 83 for the engine power and 80 and an 80 on the suspension and the aero, so there's no way with any setup that we are going to run the 31s. No way. Lucky to get the 32s. Plus legend difficulty. I guess the legend difficulty more for the AI, not necessarily your code, so I guess regardless would be slow. Final 70 laps. Michael McDowell with a block. Guard here for this 99 car being on the lead lap. A lot of these lap cars have been blocking him off throughout the course of this race. He did just pass Custer for 15th at least on the racetrack. Back of McDowell in the center of 3 and 4. Giving Custer a run now down the front straightaway. Drives it deep into the corner to block Custer's line.
Careful, still there.
Well, still racing the heck out of Schneider. Schneider finally underneath him into turn 1. And he'll make the pass on the exit 2. Just less than a half a lap off the race leader, Denny Hamlin. Lap 200 in this race. 67 laps to go now for Denny Hamlin at the line. Hamlin trying to be the first repeat winner of the season.
Still there.
Schneider ideally would like to be seeing more repeat winners,
Still there.
new winners this season. 5 for 5 for races and different winners so far to start the year, but Schneider not having a great point season so far. Despite winning the Daytona 500, again, he has not scored any stage points since the Daytona 500, and also has not finished in the top 20 since the 500. Now we've got a big Alex Bowman in the chat too. Welcome on into the stream. What is going on here? It seems like we always get multiple ones. It's like whenever we get like a fake Joey, like we've had a fake Joey Logano a couple times. We've had a fake Haley Deegan a couple times. We've had many. Chase Elliott. We had like Ryan Blaney one too. We've had a lot of like fake driver accounts coming into the chat from time to time. Probably the same dude. I mean, it's possible, but I mean, it's 6 different people. I don't know if it's the same one every time. For sure. Burner accounts. YouTube burner accounts. One like away from 15, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you do that like button once again. 64 laps to go here tonight at Homestead. The next dozen laps will eliminate from the different camera angles one final time in today's race. These guys are right around the fuel window to make it to the end. If anybody wanted to pit right now, they could. That could be risky. Trapping yourself a lap down, but pit window, fuel window, that is 62 to 66 laps here at Homestead. 63 laps left to go on this time around. Speaking of Alex Bowman, here he is, about a half a second ahead of Schneider. He's been as high as 11th. That's where he finished at the end of stage 2. He has not cracked the top 10 yet today, but he's still fighting for it. It's been close. He's only about a second behind Chase Elliott for 10 points at the end of the second stage.
Careful, still there.
Schneider inside of Bowman. He's pushing a lap down to 19. Tough right that he got lap down towards the end of that last stage. Schneider side drafts Bowman now down the front straightaway. Sends it in, clears Bowman. Outside of Chris Buescher. Matt Kenseth, Ryan Newman. Kurt Busch off for position up ahead. A little contact between Buescher and Schneider off the turn 2.
Stay on, stay on.
Oh, he's coming up as one was going down.
Clear down low.
Fight for the same spot. Up near the wall. Oh, into Bowman. That's probably the worst mistake this 99 team made all day. The driver of the 99, at least the team didn't make a mistake. Overdriving the car late in the race. She's got to settle down and run the way he's been running all day long up until this point. That would be clean.
Stay on the bottom. Still there?
Bowman not getting around Buescher to save his life right now.
Stay on the bottom.
Both going to the top again. Schneider more in that middle lane. Clears Bowman again off the exit of turn 2 for 14, trying to side draft Chris Buescher.
Stay on the bottom here.
A little bit of damage to the front of the 99 car. He's not able to get the car into the corner like he was earlier on, pretty much all day long up until right now.
All good line, got one inside.
Oh, an entry in the turn. Driving this car all over the place.
Careful, still there. Clear low, clear low. Got one peeking inside. Straight all around.
99.9 classification. I'll just be listening to music on my radio, or not my radio, I have a CD collection in my car. Rotate through a bunch of different music. Yeah, I'm old school CDs. It's because my car doesn't have an aux cord. 2004 Ford Mustang, but it doesn't have an aux cord on it. Obviously, there's no Bluetooth back in 2004 either, so the only means of listening to the music I want to listen to would be CDs. So when I got the car when I was 17, the last 4 or 5 years I've been just collecting CDs. I got like 20 to 30 of them in my car I can rotate. Listen to one on cycle for a couple days to and from work and stuff. Change them out. If I'm on the road trips to different NASCAR races, I'll probably cycle through about like 6 to 8 of them roughly on the drive to wherever I'm going, and then on the way back to some other ones. Pass the time. He's settled down a little bit. He's starting to close back in. 3 drivers for position. 11, 12, and 13th place cars. Matt Kenseth, Kurt Busch, Ryan Newman, a lot of the older veterans. Young Gun Schneider trying to race his way up here with him. Yeah, with just 55 laps to go. Just past Kenseth for position.
All clear up top there.
Looks underneath Kurt Busch, perhaps down the straightaway. Got shot out of a cannon off turn 2.
You got room, you're clear.
Busch looks to the inside of Ryan Newman for position, slides up the racetrack, but he's not going to be able to clear him here. All the way down low goes Schneider, inside of Busch, side drafts him heavily now into turn 1. 3 wide for position. Busch hangs on in the middle, Newman all the way up high near the wall. Schneider clears him. Oh, what a move on the veterans. And up to 11. Tied for the race high position for himself today. And he's only a second and a half, just less than that now, behind the 10th place car of Clint Boyer. Trying to go for that second career top 10 here tonight. Heavily that time for the 3 and 4, Corey LaJoy. In his way. Schneider's momentum got broken heavily. Now he clears him into turn 1. Kurt Busch, Newman, Kenseth, they all close back in slowly once again. Getting 4 wide for position back there. With the normal camera to the end of the race. 51 laps to go here at Homestead. Who's going to be the one to get the victory? Tell TJ Majors to get the lap cars under. Yeah, we're in the final 50 laps now. what the slight front bumper damage that is there. As you can see, again, he's really having a hard time trying to turn the car in quarter entry, and he's in the wall into turn one, trying to get it to cut down. It just doesn't cut down when he wants to.
Careful, still there.
Muscles himself into the top 10, clearing Boyer off turn 2. For the first time today, Schneider's inside the top 10, and it comes with less than 50 laps left here tonight at Homestead.
Car outside. You got room, you're clear there.
Backed up 3 and 4, beautifully pulls Boyer. Now he's just over a second behind Almirola for 9. Blaney less than 6 seconds ahead in 8. Got half the tire run left. I think ideally if this goes green, top 5 with a question mark at the end of it. We'll see. I do like listening to I don't know if you guys know who it is or if you guys even get that off the top from time to time. I'm not listening to music on the or I'll just, you know, mute the radio and just listen on my phone, listen to like
Say hi up here.
Any NASCAR related stuff. If I missed any of like news videos, let's say, from like Gary Easton the last couple days, or even the Dale Jr. download's a big one, especially on my road trips. Like I was listening to a couple different Dale Jr. download episodes this weekend when I was in Nashville, whenever I was driving. I listened to the Jimmy Spencer episode, and then I also listened to, what other episode was it? Ty Norris, the last couple of weeks. I'm rolling to the high side, Schneider down low. Big run in the center of the corner, slides up the racetrack, trying to get to the left rear of Almirola, can't do it. Slides in line, behind him. 45 laps to go. Drives it deep now into 1 and 2 again, and again, Eric Almirola to the top. Schneider is to a race high 9th position late in the race. Welcome back to the stream.
Careful, still there. You got room, you're clear there.
There you go. One way to help pass the time. Thanks for stopping by once again, R6.
Say hi up here.
He was just less than 5.5 seconds behind the 7th place car, Chase Elliott as well. Elliott and Blaney not far from one another. Doesn't work to catch those guys. Definitely be caught. Schneider loose off the exit of turn 2. That's the 3rd time it snapped loose like that on that end of the track. That time he stayed in the gas through and through. He never lifted, and that time you could say he definitely drove out of it. Really doesn't want to lift any extra now. 42 to go. He's letting it all hang out. These guys are just less than 20 laps short on fuel still from when that last caution weighed. Not had green flag pit stops all day long, despite a lot of longer green flag runs in the first 2 stages. caution came out before green flag pit stops in both of them. So if we do end up seeing them in this final stage, that will be the first time we will see it. That could be a new test for these teams as well. 3 wide to the top, Coach Schneider on Joey Gase and Matt DiBenedetto. They'll be side by side by the time they enter 1. Schneider still up high. Pinches Matty D down low, trying to get all of that race car to the inside as much as possible without making contact to DiBenedetto's right side, and did a perfect job. Blaney has caught Chase Elliott. They are side by side for 7th place now in turns 3 and 4, 3 seconds ahead of Schneider. 23, just less than 23 seconds behind race leader Denny Hamlin. 39 to go here at Homestead. Starting to repower the Red Series. Start from scratch, actually.
Stay on the bottom here. Top 3, use it if you need it.
Black car right in front of Blaney and Elliott off turn 4, holding them both up. On top of them being side by side. Now they're going to split them 3 wide into turn 1. Well, that battling's allowing Schneider to close in a lot quicker. Look at that, he's less than a second and a half behind. They're still side by side. That's unbelievable. Ethan Trendler, welcome to the stream.
Hold your line, stay high. Clear all around.
11 people watching late in the race. Denny Hamlin has dominated the second half of this one. Won stage 2. He's led nearly every lap of the final stage through a couple of
Hold your
cautions.
line, got one outside. All right, clear outside. Caution's out.
And there's our 6th caution of the race with 36 to go. And everybody's going to pit for one last stop. 5% more tape going into the race car here for this 99 crew. They're going to add 2 pounds of air pressure all the way around. Trying to make some massive, massive adjustments. Not the caution Hamlin wanted to see, that's for sure. Tim Irvin, welcome on in as well.
Are you ready here?
Oh, we've eclipsed 15 likes. Thank you, everybody, for hitting that like button. Subscribing if you haven't already, and let's have a good run to the finish. 32 laps to go for Denny Hamlin, winning the race off pit road once again as he tried to get his 2nd win of the season. A lot of drivers behind and still looking for the first, like Truex and Harvick, who have led a lot today. They're kind of looking for his 2nd. He's in the top 5. All right, 4 drivers who have failed to finish this one. 3 by 3 into turns 3 and 4. I'm sure we'll see 4 wide again like we have on nearly every restart in the final stage up to this point. 6 cautions total, 3 in the final stage alone.
Alright, you're clear there.
Martin Truex Jr. to the lead on the restart. Hamlin stuck up high, and now it's Logano underneath Truex up turn 2 for the lead.
Inside.
Like the sky in this like the beach. Oh, this is Homestead, just outside of Miami.
Inside.
Forest skyline. Only one win in the Cup Series. Again, this is only race 6.
Coming inside now.
By the time we made the jump to Cup.
Hold your line, got one inside. Here we go now, 3 wide.
You obviously don't have a whole lot of money, but winning the Daytona 500 in your debut definitely helped. That last lap off turn 2, Denny Hamlin trying to go up the middle, 3 wide for the lead. It's Logano and Truex who are still side by side. Hamlin lurking behind off turn 4. Might try to go to the bottom into 1 to make it 3 wide that way for the lead. He does. Hamlin squeezes the 22. The 22 squeezes back. No contact, clear as they merge off turn 2. Hamlin fighting the odds. He's back out in front. Now can he hold on for the final 29 or so laps?
Got one peeking inside. You're clear all around there.
That was a tough caution for Schneider. He was in 9th and he was just less than a second behind the 7th and 8th place cars of Elliott and Blaney before the caution.
Peeking outside.
Bobby Carter squeezes under the 99. Gets into him with some contact.
Inside. All right, you're clear there.
Austin Schneider more ground. I didn't do the Dirt Series, but I did start the trucks. We won the Truck Series Championship our rookie season with 13 wins. Xfinity Series, it took us 2 seasons to win the championship. We had 4 wins season 1. What was it? 8? No. Didn't we have 20 in season? No, we didn't have 20. We had 20 wins. 16 wins in season 2. And then the championship. And now we're in the Cup Series. We won our Daytona 500 in the debut. A miracle win nonetheless in the 500.
Careful,
Fighting the odds there. We led 15 laps in the race as well. Out of the full 200. 4 races all the way through, as we always do on the channel. A realistic broadcast. Best bet for Schneider, we get a caution so he can pit before the end of the race. Throw some fresh tires on it, maybe he'll have a better shot at maybe trying to get back inside the top 10, but he's got a top 10 car. Probably the 3rd time this year he's only been able to capitalize with it once. That was when he won the
Still there.
No stage points at all in this one either. Really close, right behind Elliott at the end of stage 2. Get around it.
Careful, still there.
That battle for the win is not done yet. Martin Truex Jr. side by side with Denny Hamlin down the back straightaway. Schneider pushes hard through turn 2 into the middle lane now between Bubba Wallace and Bobby Carter. And a side draft Carter.
Careful, still there.
Wallace still underneath him as Schneider beats them both back to the gas, clears them both off turn 4.
Inside. You got room, you're clear.
6 seconds behind Newman for position. Tire limit like we have the truck in the Xfinity Series. Jimmy Johnson, after restarting at the rear of the field, getting the free pass, might have a shot to get around Schneider for 15th before the end of the race. He's within a couple car lengths now. Still has a lap car, Daniel Suarez, to pass in between them, but Jimmy is rolling. He's in a very good short run car, pretty much in the second half of this race, late stage 2 into early stage 3, and he is fought from lap down. I believe that's the 3rd time he's gotten a free pass. He's going to lap down, but he's on the green flag, runs right for the yellow. Gets back. Harvick now in the mix. He'll lead the lap off turn 4, getting around Truex and Hamlin, likely a 3-wide pass. Saw all 3 guys leading at one point in the middle of the corner. On the track map, on the lower left-hand corner of the screen at least. I like that, Tim. That is. Dude, that good. That's my best spin run. Well, not SpongeBob himself. I don't know who the narrator guy's name is, but whoever the narrator is in SpongeBob. He does it with like a long elbow. Amazing it is. Alright, 20 laps to go at the line this time. Kevin Harvick continues to lead as he tries to get that first win for Stewart-Haas Racing this season. Obviously, that would mean the first for himself, and it would keep that trend of 6 different winners in the first 6 races alive. Another race where Truex won a stage and led some laps, and again he's fighting for the win late. Can he get his first win of the year? Will Hamlin get win number 2? It's seeming like it's between those 3.
You got room, you're clear there.
One caution bunches the field back together again, and we've seen guys like Logano take the lead on restarts today. Matt Kenseth even earlier at one point. Chase Elliott's led a couple times today on restarts. We'll bring all those guys back into it one more time. Kenseth battling side by side for 13th on the racetrack. They're 7 seconds ahead of Schneider still. Truex back out in front to lead the lap at the line. 18 to go. Schneider's about 15 and a half seconds off the race lead.
Still there? All clear.
If everybody ended up pitting if we got another caution, I think Schneider would stay out. Giving himself the track position at the front for the first time today, why not? Honestly, Tim, I really do think it is possible. It's crazy because just last season we were talking about Chase Elliott maybe being able to do it with all the road courses being added to the schedule. And the way the point system is now, with more wins, better odds you have to make it into the championship 4. I know Harvick didn't do it last year, but outside of that, you know, every other year we've seen it happen. So it's still highly likely that he can get a lot of wins like Larson's doing right now, but we'll have to wait and see. It'll be a lot harder under this format than what Johnson was able to do under the original Chase format, the second version of the Chase format. We'll see. Honestly, though, this is like Jeff Gordon. I was alive, but I was too young to remember Jeff Gordon dominating in the mid to late 90s into the early 2000s. I was born in 1999. I was way too young to really remember any of that while it happened. What Kyle Larson has done over the last 2 months in NASCAR is pretty much like Gordon, what he did all the way through the 90s. And as dominant as Hendrick is from top to bottom, it's going to be a good time for Kyle Larson. You Kyle Larson fans out there, let me tell you. I mean, people might find it boring to watch after a while. I know it's probably going to happen. It happened with Johnson when he dominated. It happened with Gordon. We get tired of him winning and complaining about him. But you know what? To having something like that, it is good for the sport. All the eyes and the attention Gordon was able to bring in the 90s on the sport. We talk about NASCAR's boom period in the early to mid-2000s when Jimmy Johnson started taking over and dominating. It brings eyes to the sport. We just need that driver to break out and do it. We thought it could be Chase Elliott. It would probably be better if it was Chase Elliott because he is the fan favorite, the more popular driver. But we just need somebody to do it. And Kyle Larson is looking more dominant than Chase Elliott's ever been. He's got more experience than Elliott too, so that will, automatically get the number in, but he's just got got more talent than any other driver out there. Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, the two most talented drivers in NASCAR. But I think Larson showing what he can do in a top tier ride now. Absolutely, you got to put Larson at the top of that list. Busch is still a close second. The fact that Larson can literally race anything makes him that much more impressive. Yeah, Larson was, I mean, he won 7 races with the 42 car Chip Ganassi Racing. He won 4 races in 2017 with Chip Ganassi. I mean, I think we kind of took for granted that season what he was able to do back in 2017 with that equipment. That's, I mean, kind of absurd if you think about it. And I don't think we gave him enough credit for it when it actually happened itself. That he was by far outperforming his equipment. He was making it to the round of 8. I mean, he was doing what Kurt Busch is doing consistency-wise. But then on top of the consistency, he was winning more races than what Kurt Busch is winning. Kurt's won 1 race each of the last 2 seasons in Chip Ganassi. Larson was winning 1, 2, 4 races a year. I mean,
I need 10 more solid laps. Concentrate for me.
Still a heavy battle for the lead at the front right now. 9 laps to go at the line. Martin Truex Jr. has now fought himself to the lead. I don't know if Schneider's going to catch anybody for position if this goes green here. He's still hoping for a caution so he can pit or at least stay out. Go off strategy, try to get him a better finish than 15. He's as high as 9th rather in this race before that last caution with 36 to go. Easily had the right move going there. I don't even know why you would question it. See if Truex can hang on. He's lost a few of them late already this season. Chris Buescher on turn 4. Buescher had a low exit to that corner too, holding Schneider up.
Still there?
Tried to side draft him, and then Chris jumps down right in front of him, and Schneider gets into the back of him.
Careful, still there.
This time we'll clear him off turn 4.
All right, you're clear.
Try to hold him and keep him behind him now. 6 to go. 5.5 roughly now for Martin Truex Jr. to try and win his first race of the season. He's been long overdue in this short, young season up to this point still. All the laps he's led. He's won 3 stages, including another one today. Dominated 2 of the first 5 races for the victory lane at Phoenix and Auto Club, and now, although he hasn't dominated today, his teammate Hamlin has. I'd say Truex has been a close second or third as far as fastest car, and he, Harvick, Hamlin, the 3 fastest, all battling here at the end in lap traffic. 5 to go. Caution comes out now. We go to overtime. We will go past the scheduled distance. We've had a lot of cautions in a lot of races this season. 11 twice, 8 twice, 3 once. In the first 5, we've had 6 so far today, but we have not had an overtime finish yet this season. 4 to go. Schneider's still digging. He wants to catch Kurt Busch. Matt Kenseth's right with him. Just don't think it's going to happen. 3 to go for Truex. Stop holding on to that lead. He wants to see that white flag. ASAP.
Careful, still there. Clear low, clear low.
Two to go for Truex. Feel it S, welcome to the stream. Doing pretty good tonight, man. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for all you guys stopping by. I know Wednesday nights are kind of tough with NASCAR Weekly podcast going on, as well as other NASCAR YouTube live streams, you know, during any night, really. So greatly appreciate you guys coming all out here. Seems like you guys have really enjoyed this career mode playthrough, especially now that we're in the Cup Series. Seeing a lot better turnout. Glad you guys are as pumped up about it as I am. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go for Martin Truex Jr. He's got one more turn to try and hold on to it. And getting that first win of the season on the NASCAR Heat 5 career mode. They'll be the 4th different Toyota driver to go to victory lane in the first 6 races. Checkered flag is in the air. Martin Truex Jr. wins at Homestead. Kurt Busch caught in heavy lap traffic. Schneider's digging, but maybe another lap, and I think he would have gotten Kurt. For 14th, side-by-side lap traffic in front of him. That takes the 3 wide at the line. Too late. Schneider brings it home in 15th. Like for a second, Johnson was going to run him down there until Johnson was starting to get caught up in lap traffic late, but there it is. 16 drivers finish on the lead lap, 6 cautions here today, and a 33-lap green flag run to the finish. Martin Truex Jr. with the win, a stage win in there as well, giving him now 8 playoff points on the year already in the first 6 races. Kyle Busch second, Denny Hamlin third, a 1-2-3 Joe Gibbs Racing finish. Bowman 4th. Harvick actually fell back to 5th despite leading there in the final dozen laps. Keselowski 6th, Chase Elliott 7th, Joey Logano 8th, Eric Almirola 9th. Luke Boyer runs up the top 10. For the second time for Truex Jr. No, this is just his first win this season. I will check who DNF'd. Sorry, I didn't check that before like I meant to. Again, these points aren't accurate, but the winners are accurate. Schneider, Eric Jones, Brett Keselowski, Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin, and Martin Truex Jr. have all won. Truex came in second in points, but him and Hamlin both scored the most, and they were in the top 2 in points as it was. As far as the DNFs went here tonight, we did have 4 of them. Cole Custer, Eric Jones, Chad Fincham, and William Byron all failed to finish in tonight's race. All right. Like, share, subscribe as always for more daily NASCAR content. Just getting that out of the way now before you guys might pack up. But we'll check out the shop here real quick, how much money we have, see if we can upgrade anything, and then we'll get on out of here for the night. NASCAR Heat 5 will return again tomorrow in Miami. He won the... Oh, so got your real life second win at... My bad. I thought you were talking about like our season for a second. I got you now. But NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode will continue again tomorrow. We go to Texas Motor Speedway for the O'Reilly Auto Parts 500. Coverage start time will be at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow evening at Texas, so it'll be a lot of fun there. Maybe we can get that incentive bonus. It's only $83,000, but every little bit of money is pretty good. Really close. We are a little less than $450,000 away from being able to get that short track chassis in the garage. I just hope we can get it before we go to Bristol. Bristol Richmond back to back. I don't know if we can make up $400,000 in the next race. We'll see. We got to use the same chassis again, but it's going to be the same department-wise. We really took care of the car perfectly tonight at Homestead. I think we only got into the wall like 3 times the whole race, so did a very good job driving it. Barely made any contact with anybody along the way as well. So 83, 80, and 80 will be the departments for Texas. Third straight race we have to use a Speedway chassis, so it's a little beat up right now. So yeah, going to continue to save. It's over 500,000 if you win. I don't think we're going to win. We only need one more top 20 in the next 4 races. I think we can easily do that. I think Talladega, we could definitely do it. That's in this stretch. Heck, I mean, we won the Daytona 500. You never know what could happen going forward. Yeah, I got to do the points myself. I'll get on that likely tomorrow morning. I am exhausted. I got home Monday from Nashville from the NASCAR races last weekend. And within a couple hours of me getting home, I streamed for you guys. And then last night, I had to work a full day again yesterday, go back to work. And when I got home, we did the podcast last night, talked everything that happened at Nashville, my trip, my experience, and all that. So you can go and watch that. And we also ended up having the NASCAR 05 live stream tomorrow night. So we did a late doubleheader. I was up late last night too. Worked the full day again today. I'm finally off tomorrow, so I'll be sleeping in a little bit and literally hitting the hay here in a couple of minutes. But thanks for everybody tuning in. Again, thanks for your support. The Nashville Super Speedway vlog will be on the channel tomorrow, so tune in for that one whenever it does upload. Likely going to be early afternoon if I had to guesstimate. But yeah, tune in for all that action. We'll have more vlogs coming up this weekend at Pocono, as well as other related NASCAR content as always. Predictions, post-race analysis, fantasy advice, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching, everybody. The dream to becoming a NASCAR broadcaster continues.